The World Bank's latest Rwanda Economic Update report indicates that the country's GDP increased by 2 trillion Rwandan francs in 2021, up by as much as 11.1% compared to the previous year when it decreased by 3.6%. The industrial sector increased its productivity by 16.5%.
Covid ije abagize amahirwe yo kumenya gukora bagumye bashakisha hirya no hino.
When the COVID-19 pandemic struck, some continued to operate while others held out for its severity to subside, prepared to work harder afterwards to catch up. I believe the industrial sector will fully recover quickly because we learned many lessons during the struggle, and I believe the fruits of those lessons will manifest themselves as the economy continues to recover. Last year, the agricultural sector also grew by 6.8% thanks to good agricultural seasons. The service sector grew by 11.1%, and the private sector has continued to express confidence about the economy's performance during this year. We are more than 100% certain that the industrial sector will continue to increase its operations because people are respecting the preventive measures in place and everybody in the sector is vaccinated as they should be. 2022 will be a good year because not a single district, sector or town in the country is currently under total lockdown. And those are the sort of areas industries rely on for their operations and markets. Rwanda's exports also increased by 35%, helping to reduce the country's trade deficit by as much as 11.4%. However, worryingly, unemployment jumped from 8 to 13% between 2020 and 2021. There should be a special recovery plan for SMEs because they employ many people. There were even many people working in the informal business sector that are now struggling to return to work. The question should be how such businesses can be helped to get back on their feet. Rwanda now aspires to middle-income country status by 2035 and high-income country status by 2050, and a lot must be done to make this happen.
It is clear that growing regional trade is what is going to be essential for a sustainable, resilient, and inclusive recovery after the COVID crisis. What I'd like to say is that the World Bank is going to be a key partner in that effort, in the analytical work that we will continue to do, but also in the financing, to be part of that, investment that might be needed in order to very much like to stand behind Rwanda so that it can continue to play that role, to take full advantage, for example, of the latest free trade agreement, the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement, which we see as having great potential for growing this regional trade.
Apart from increasing infrastructure in the country's special economic zone, the private sector would also like to see a permanent relief fund set up for them so that they can access low-interest loans, allowing local businesses to be able to compete regionally and possibly beyond.